Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Spring Piston Rifle Fever. Today I'm out with a Gamo Swarm Bone Collector Gen 3i from my friend Scott McGee. And I hope the Scott is doing well. I haven't heard from him in quite a while. He had sent this to me under a different name and I didn't know who it was until I Googled it. Scott McGee is actually, he was a professional and amateur wrestler. So he did a lot of fun, cool stuff. So I got a target set up here at 20 yards and I found a pellet that it seems to like. These H&N Field Target Trophy pellets. Seems to like them, seems to be grouping well with those. But I thought I would do a few tests here. I figured I would test a shot group with the magazine system on, the Swarm magazine system. And I would do a group without. Also, I would shoot and do a speed test and see which is faster, the mechanism or loading by single shot in the hand. And to make this fair, I am going to pull this out, the magazine out. That's when the clock starts, when I pull the magazine out. And I think that's a very fair test. I understand that the Swarm mechanism has a very good use for hunting situations. So when you see an animal, you don't have to push your finger into the barrel. Also, a reason why I want to do a test with the mechanism on and with it off is because I was doing some shooting here and I was getting some wild shot groups. I'm going to make sure I got this right here. So it's going to be really hard to see, but I'm going to cover this up as best as I can. So this shot group right here is Crossman Ultra Mag Dome. That's a 10 shot group. So I took the mechanism off and I produced this shot group and a couple of flyers off to the side. It did group better, and I was just wondering if the loading mechanism on the Swarm system was pushing the pellets in too far or inconsistently. I'm not sure. And then I was aiming at this one. Well, actually I did, where is it at? This was with some Air Arms 16 grain pellets. Most of it landed right there. It's probably a little over an inch. And then I was aiming at this right here with the H&N Field Target Trophies, and I was hitting up here. So I aimed 2 mil dots low and over on the side, and I produced this little group here. So I was trying to get it back. I was trying to get it sighted in with H&N pellets, and I did a little shooting right there. So we're going to give it a go and see what happens here. First off, like I said, loading with this Swarm mechanism. So we'll say go. All right, so now I gotta push this forward, take this off, move the rifle out of the way a little bit, and now I'm gonna load up the Swarm mechanism. Maybe I better angle the camera down for that. There we go. So this is not the fastest loading system, and I've learned that when I put these pellets in here, if they're not like 16 grainers and long ones, or the longer pellets, I have to take another pellet and I have to push it in like that. Now I'm not taking my time. I'm actually going as fast as I can, but this is how fast I can go. Maybe Christopher will have some elevator music for this. And like I said, I understand for hunting, this will work fine, long as it's accurate with this loading mechanism, which I'm not sure if it is or isn't, because I'm going to be testing with both. That pellet went in a little easier. That one did too. What I'm doing is I'm driving my thumbnail in there a little harder. So I guess that's something you got to do, but if you gouge the lead on your pellet with your thumbnail, that's defeating the purpose also. That's not something you want to do. That's 10. All right, I'll put them in. And here, get the camera up here. Get the camera up here. And it's got to like be beveled or it has to teeter-totter in. Here we go. Get my glasses on here. 10 shots fast as I can. 1. I'm not aiming the best, of course. I'm just trying to rattle these off. Here's 3. Hit my can. Here's 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. So I don't know what that time was. I expect it took a little while. Now I'm going to pop the swarm mechanism off here. So I got a tool down here. This is really easy to take apart and take off. Angle the camera down. So these 2 pins here. There's a pin here and a pin here. All you got to do is push them out with a little pin punch. And then the wire that is hooked right into here on the compression forks. So I'll leave that right there. It shouldn't take me too long. Take my glasses off because I can't see. There's 1. There, I think it went out, or went through anyhow. There we go. And this just pops up. It's got wires going in little holes right here, and that mechanism comes off. Okay, I'm going to set that right there, and that right there. Put the camera up here again. All right, so I'm get my glasses on here. So all right, now we're back to the normal break barrel air rifle guy. I'm out. Actually, I just pulled up on the hunting area and I see a cottontail, so I'm going to load it really quick here. And now the clock had started as soon as I cocked that barrel. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 'That's a slow one. 7. 8. 9. 10. It's dieseling just a little bit. I had gone into this rifle. I'm not sure if that video is going to go up first before this or not, but I had went into this rifle, removed any extra compression grease in the compression tube, which wasn't too bad, but I did that. And anyhow, I added just a little bit of moly, put it all back together, And this gas ram system in here is a beast. I've never had anything so tough for compressing that mainspring gas ram to get it out. I've compressed other gas rams and it was way easier than this. So anyhow, I'm going to put the swarm mechanism on here in a second, and I will start with the far left, which will, when you're looking back at me, will look like the right, and we're going to shoot some H&N Field Target Trophy pellets out, and then I will take the swarm mechanism off, and I will do another shot group, and we'll compare and see if it made any difference at all. Well, the swarm system won on the accuracy department. Maybe either it loads it more consistent than my thumb and finger, or I had a couple of pellets that were just off. I bag rested every shot. I wanted to be as accurate as possible. I didn't want any wiggling or anything. So I'll show you what a dime looks like for both. There's what a dime looks like. And it's definitely, with this pellet for sure, it's not a dime size shooter. A lot of power in this rifle. It's shooting just right under 22 foot-pounds of energy. It's shooting the Crosman Premiers out at 828 feet per second, pretty much the average, all the way up to a few that were 830. So there's your quarter. Your quarter actually touches every last one with the swarm mechanism. The ones that were loaded by my hand, it covers 8 out of the 10. I had one high and one low. It's definitely acceptable for hunting. I don't know what else I can tell you about this rifle. I'm guessing Scott put the aftermarket trigger screw in that's underneath the trigger right there. I've been fooling around with that. And be very careful if you do that. I would not tell you to do that. That's something that you do. It's something that you take a risk doing. I know there's an air rifle channel where a fella sells the screws. It's a calculated risk when you do that. If that barrel slams shut on your finger or wherever and it's out of control, it's a dangerous thing, because I was fooling around with the screw while I was sighting in. It felt like the trigger was a little heavy, so I screwed it out just a little bit, and then I touched the trigger and it went off right away. On the next time when I loaded a pellet, when the barrel went up, it went off. So I turned it like a half crank in to make it tighter, and that's what I did with that. I would like to make this into a Springer. A gas ram, from what I have seen and what my friends have seen, have destroyed lots of scopes. I've had it destroy my scopes before. This is a BSA scope that I have on here. It doesn't have a magnification, so it's a 4x32 with an adjustable objective up front. This is a good little scope, and it was at a decent price. And it's surviving on top of the Gamo, so that is good. What else? What else? I really highly appreciate if you would subscribe and give my channel and my video a like. And God bless every one of you. Thank you, Scott, and have an awesome day.